Preloaders, V.I.Preloaders, welcome back to the channel, guys. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me. Hope you're doing well. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years spent with the elite NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit. The name of this channel is called Robert Simmons, Paying It Forward. And on this channel, I primarily focus on sharing my knowledge, experience, and training that I received from the elite NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit with you guys, the motorcycle riding community. And I focus on slow speed motorcycle operation. That's between 1 and 10 miles per hour, because that's the speed range where most motorcycle riders are extremely uncomfortable. And I want to help people get over that fear and discomfort by just going over basic fundamental skills to control these motorcycles. And when I say these motorcycles, I'm not just referring to bagger type motorcycles. I'm referring to all types of motorcycles, sports bikes, adventure bikes, you name it. The techniques are all the same. All right. I also do practice sessions and private lessons on this channel. All right. If you're interested in more information on that, go to my website and you can click on practice information or private lessons, and that'll get you set up for that. I also do product reviews and product installs on my motorcycles, and anything and everything that I feel will be beneficial to you guys, I'm always going to share that. So in this video, I wanted to talk to you about this, guys. I've had this product in my garage for a while. And I finally had the time to put it out, and I think it's going to be very beneficial to a bunch of you. As a matter of fact, I know it's going to be very beneficial to a bunch of you guys, and it's going to be beneficial to me too. So I have 5 motorcycles here in my garage. Now, I don't have a 3-car garage or anything like that. So when it comes time for me to kind of maneuver my motorcycles around, I mean, you guys know you got to do a bunch of this to get it where you want it, and that's a pain in the butt. It's time consuming. And if you have a motorcycle jack, you can jack the motorcycle up, and depending on how well it rolls, I have 2 motorcycle jacks. One of them doesn't roll that well, so it's a workout to push it. Quite frankly, I don't want to move the motorcycle at all on it because it's so difficult. And then I have another motorcycle jack that it rolls very easily, and I don't have any issues with that. The problem comes in if I just want to move my motorcycle, not just forward and backward, but I also want to move it side to side. Now, you're not going to be able to do that with a jack. So with the jack, same thing. I have to kind of maneuver it around. And sometimes I run out of room the long way between my wall and another motorcycle. That's where this product comes in. This is from a company called Let's Roll. Okay, it's made in the USA. There's 2 components to this product. You see right here, if you can't read it, it says, "We show motorcycles the respect they deserve." Perfect motorcycle storage. And this is a product that is going to allow you to move your motorcycle around very easily. All right, it's a jack. That's what this is, I'm sure, and a dolly system. We'll figure it out when I open it up. And basically, like I said, this is not, I will tell you, this is not a jack, meaning it's not going to jack your motorcycle up as high as a conventional motorcycle jack. But what this will do, as I just stated, is allow you to maneuver your motorcycle around your garage or wherever you are with ease. And it's also going to help you with storage, to be able to just store your motorcycle against a wall without it leaning. All right. So let me open it up. Let me start with the smaller box. And this is heavy, so this is why I thought this was well, I guess all of it has to be kind of heavy duty to hold up a motorcycle. All right, so that's all that's in this box. Okay, just what I thought. This is the jack portion of it. I see we have some kind of grip right here, so I'm assuming that's the part that's going to be on the floor, and that makes sense too. You guys, if you're not familiar, I had my floors redone in my garage, and this was one of my concerns, that this would like dig into my floor. But I spoke to the people over there at Let's Roll, and they let me know that they came up with something that should take care of that, and here's what it is. So that's pretty cool. Wow, this thing is heavy duty. And you can see right here, guys, I don't know if you can see, hold on. See the hole right there? There's a piece right here that's wrapped in plastic. I see it's oil and stuff on it as well for lubrication. I'm gonna detach that. And I'm pretty sure that goes into here, and turning that is what's going to allow this thing to go up and down like this. All right, and then of course you can use a tool to do that. I'm gonna see if I can use a power tool so I can make this thing move up and down nice and easy. And we got some instructions. This is the scissor lift. That's what this is called. The scissor lift has pinch points, so it's a safety warning. Keep your hands free. This has a lift capacity of 1,100 pounds, so that's more than enough for any of my motorcycles. Never use an impact wrench, air or electric, to turn the screw in the scissor lift. That's exactly what I was thinking about using. The 7/8 inch deep well socket with a swivel head ratchet or drill works best. Okay, so I understand they have to say that because some people, they can make mistakes. I'm still going to try to use it because it's pressure sensitive. So the slower you press it, the slower it's going to move. Keep the screw and the point that the screw pushes on the jack lubricated with grease. If the screw turns hard, apply more grease. Only use the lift on a level surface. That's common sense, but common sense is not common. So the lift will pick straight up. Position the lift at the center of the weight distribution of the motorcycle. More common sense stuff. Make sure the jack is under both sides of the motorcycle frame. Only lift motorcycles that are built to be picked up from underneath between. Yes, and that's important to know. So when I had my pop's BMW K1600 here, I got my jack out to jack it up, and when I looked under it, can't do it. Cannot pick that motorcycle up because you won't be on anything. There's no foundation really under that motorcycle. If you start trying to jack it up, you're going to be crushing stuff. And never sit on the bike while it's on the scissor lift. All right, common sense stuff. Okay, and there's the screw. It's going to go in there. And I also see a pack of grease in here. So when you need to lubricate this, they give you some grease, but it looks like it's already lubricated. I have some gloves because when I have to actually reach in this bag to take that out, I don't want to get grease all over my hands. I already have a little bit of grease on my hands. All right, so I'm going to put this to the side right now. And then let's see what's in here. This has some weight on it as well. As it should. All right. All right, so guys, there's going to be some assembly required with this, but it's not going to be anything that's, overly complicated. Let's roll certificate of authenticity, dedicated to showing motorcycles the respect they deserve. All right. That's what that looks like. Certificate of authenticity. And then we just have a diagram here and some instructions on assembly, and giving you some more information about how to put this, how to position this. It's saying to enter the lift from the opposite side of the kickstand. And it says once the lift is under your motorcycle and lifted, into the Dolly kickstand side. All right, so this is the Dolly. We're gonna put wheels on this thing, and this is what's gonna actually roll under your motorcycle. But let's do the assembly. Let's go over the assembly. Let's see what we have here as far as parts. Again, the grip on the bottom. So my assumption is this is gonna be something that's gonna make contact with the floor. There's 2 of those. We have 4 casters. Take those out. And we have some hardware, nuts, bolts, washers. And that's it. So we can move this cardboard out of the way. And this is it. So I can already see this is going to be easy. So let's get this thing put together. Before I even put these on, look at these casters. So I already know that this is going to roll very nicely, very nicely. Just looking at the wheels and the ease in which they roll. All right, so you guys, listen, the wheels are so important as far as things rolling smoothly. I had all of the wheels on my garage door changed to nylon wheels. And people wonder, wow, your garage door is so quiet. And well, it's quiet because the wheels that come with a garage door opener are metal or aluminum, whatever they are. But you got aluminum on aluminum tracks. That's a lot of noise, a lot of friction. You change that to something smooth like this, changes everything. So, all right, so rather than me taking you through this assembly, because it's really not that complicated, it's very simple. Again, we have 4 casters. So there's a hole here, a hole here, a hole here, and a hole here. So of course the casters, you're just gonna thread it through that hole, put a nut and a bolt and a washer on it. Not a nut and a bolt and a washer on it, a nut and a washer on it. That's what you're gonna do for the wheels. And as far as these, this actually is not gonna be on the ground, but this is gonna be against the bottom of the motorcycle. Those are gonna attach here. You can see there's 1 hole here, there's 2 holes here, so you can decide how high you want this to be based on the height of your motorcycle. I'm gonna pick to put the bolt through the lowest hole, which will give me the most height. That should be fine for me. Of course, you'll bolt that down. And there's 2 of those, there's another one right here. And just to show you guys a different angle of this, once that's all set up and the wheels are on it, this thing will roll around freely. And of course your motorcycle will be sitting on top of this. And when it's time to jack up your motorcycle, you're gonna make sure that the jack, you're gonna install a jack from the opposite side of the kickstand, right? Which means the throttle side of the motorcycle. That's when you're gonna install the jack. You're gonna jack up the motorcycle, right? Of course, if you've used the jack before, you already know that you need to find the center as far as weight is concerned of the motorcycle, which is not always the center of the motorcycle. So once you find that out, you'll know where it is and you won't have to be going through that every time you hook this up. And of course, common sense, it's in the instructions. Make sure that both sides of this are covering the frame of your motorcycle. Okay, we're gonna make sure everything is even, make sure the ground's level. And it says over and over, don't use an impact wrench. And I told you guys I was planning on doing that, which is incorrect. What I'm really planning on doing is using a drill, which it does state you can use. You can use a drill. Like I said, the trigger is pressure sensitive. And that'll be a lot easier to pick this jack up, whoop, pick the motorcycle up. Once the motorcycle is picked up, that's when you're gonna roll this thing in on the kickstand side, all right? And once this is positioned where you want it, then you're gonna lower the jack and then the motorcycle will be sitting on this. And this is what's gonna enable you to move the motorcycle around. And you're not gonna need any handles or anything like on a jack to move the motorcycle. You just use the motorcycle, grab the handlebars, grab the engine guard or the seat or whatever, and that'll allow you to move it around, all right? All right, I'm gonna put it together and then we're gonna decide which motorcycle I'm gonna use to demonstrate this for you. All right, guys, so I did an inventory check of the parts. Everything is here. You have 1/2" nuts, 3/8" nuts, 1/2" washers, 3/8" washers. All of the 1/2" stuff are gonna be for the wheels. I already put 2 wheels on here. Wheels are very simple. Thread that through the hole, 1/2" washer, 1/2" nut. And I'll tighten that down properly later. This whole installation, guys, 15 minutes tops is gonna take. And then the remainder of the parts are all the 3/8" stuff, and that's gonna be to connect these things on here. And this is gonna be simple. Here's the bolt, put a washer on it. We're gonna put it through this hole. Once it's on here. Okay, once you have it through there, another washer. And a nut. See what I'm saying, guys? This is gonna be extremely quick, extremely easy. If only every project was this easy. All right, guys, so I don't have everything tightened down yet, but I hope this is locked. 2 of the casters have locks on them. So that's good. Let me make sure this is off. All right, there we go. And that's it, guys. All right, I'm gonna tighten everything up. Insert this bolt into the scissor jack, and then we're gonna get under a motorcycle. I'm gonna use Violet, since Violet is the heaviest motorcycle in the garage. Okay, so I'm not gonna use my drill. I'm actually gonna use my power screwdriver, because I have the actual attachment for it to be able to hook up to the 7/8 socket. Nice and easy, nice and easy. All right, so let me get these gloves on, because I'm definitely gonna have grease all over my hands if I don't. Okay, here's the screw. Actually, it doesn't look like it has any grease on it already. I thought it did, but it's actually dry. So I'm gonna add some grease to it, and they provide it. Okay, we'll add some grease to it. Oh yeah, it's thick too, so it's grease, it's not oil. All right, that should be enough. And I can just use my power screwdriver. I'll do it from the side. There we go. And that's how that'll go up and down. And that's going to be a lot quicker than using a ratchet and doing it like that. And I think we can all agree to that. Same thing with lowering it. Of course, pressure sensitive, so it'll go as slow as the pressure that you apply. All right, I'm excited. Let's get a motorcycle out here. All right, guys, so before I put it on the floor, I just wanted to let you know that to tighten the bolts that are holding the casters on, I used a 3/4 inch socket, and to tighten the bolts that are holding these supports on, I used a 9/16 ratchet. All right, just to let you guys know that there is grease, and this comes with the scissor jack. It's already grease on it, so be mindful of that when you're touching it with your hands. And I told you guys before that this part, I thought this was for the ground, but this is actually the part that's going to be on your motorcycle to grip it. But there is still felt on the bottom to protect your floor. All right, let's roll. All right, guys, so this is my fleet. This is Violet, my 2021 CVO Limited. This is Valiant, my 2019 CVO Street Glide. This is Angel, my 2019 Road King Special. This is Blaze. Blaze is my 2021 CVO Road Glide. And lastly, this motorcycle doesn't have a name yet, but this is my 2015 Honda CB 1000R. So when I park my motorcycles, usually for these motorcycles, the first three, I can just pull my motorcycle straight in here, right? Exercise number two, and then I back them into the spot. But for Blaze, I can't do that because I don't have enough room in my garage to pull it forward. So what I normally do is I'll pull my motorcycle up, and then I'll get my jack and put it under it and kind of turn the motorcycle like this, and then take it off of the jack and back the motorcycle up. However, with this product, I'll be able to pull the motorcycle in. I can stop the motorcycle anywhere, put this under it, put the scissor jack under it, jack the motorcycle up, put this thing under the motorcycle, lower the motorcycle on the Let's Roll product, and then I'm free to roll it in any direction I want. I can actually put it here and roll it back into the spot and leave it on there if I want to, right? So that's an excellent option for me. So I already know how this product's gonna help me out. All right, let me take some motorcycles out of here so I have more room to demonstrate this for you guys. Get Violet over here and then show you how I'm gonna jack her up and then move it around. All right, I'm gonna pull Violet out and then pull it back in. That way I don't have to do any duck walking to get it where I want. All right, let's get this thing set up. All right, guys, so I've jacked this motorcycle up several times, and with my jack, I pretty much know where to put it so that it's even. But this is not as wide as my jack, so I'll put it where I think it should be, and then, you know, we can go from there. Now, I want you to remember, guys, that this screw that's sticking out, remember, it's greased. So make sure you don't touch it unless you want grease all over you. All right. So let me make sure that it's on the frame evenly on both sides. Oh yeah, by plenty. It's actually on there by plenty. I have about this much space on the other side and about this much on this side, so we're good to go. Let's see if the wheels come off the ground evenly. All right, so I actually have the back coming up a little bit more than the front, but that's cool. So I'll remember next time where it is. I can move it over a little bit to the right. Okay, and now that the jack is fully extended, and by the way, this is the full extension of the jack. So if you look at the wheels, that's how high this is going to get off of the ground. So just to emphasize again, this is not meant to replace a jack if you're trying to get the bike to be at its highest level to get under it and do stuff. But it just needs to be high enough to be able to slide this underneath the bike. And once you have this where you want it, we're just going to lower the jack onto it. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to lock the casters. So that it doesn't move. I have it where I want it. It's going to be covered on both sides of the frame. And now I'm just going to lower the bike onto it. All right, now the jack is completely lowered. Again, it's felt on the bottom, so I can just pull this out. Let me move the casters out of the way that are locked. All right, so now the motorcycle is off of the jack. It's on the left roll, so let's roll. So clearly, this is much easier for me to move around. I can move it in any direction because all of the casters turn. Now, another thing I'll say, guys, is the mistake I made, and I've made this mistake in the past. When you're tightening the nuts for the casters, don't over tighten them because then the wheels won't be able to roll freely. So if you're moving it around and it feels like it's not moving as freely as it could, just loosen those nuts a little bit. You don't want to loosen it too much, but just a little bit. See that? Nice and easy. So this is going to be much easier to move around the garage. And also, guys, look at that. It is sturdy. It is steady. Like usually you'll see the front going up and down a little bit more than the back, or the back going up and down a little bit more than the front. That's pretty damn steady, right? So I like this product. I like it a lot. It's definitely going to help me out, and I'm sure it'll help some of you guys out as well. All right, guys, so keep in mind you have to keep the kickstand down, because when you lower the motorcycle onto the scissor jack after you remove the dolly, you want it to be able to fall onto the kickstand. Now, guys, when you're lowering the bike, however you choose to do it, make sure that you keep a hand on the bike, and so that when it gets down to the ground, it doesn't come toward you. Okay, very important, because we're already bending down to loosen and tighten in that. All right, so you don't want this bike coming towards you. So make sure you keep a hand on it. Use one hand to do the cranking or the power tool, whatever you're using, and just assure you don't have to push anything. Just keep your hand on it so that when it gets down, it goes on the kickstand. It says it multiple times in the instructions, so I'll repeat it again. Don't use an impact wrench for the scissor jack. If you guys want more information on this product, go to this website right here. I'm also going to put a link in the description section. All right, it's an affiliate link. Click on that link, it'll take you to the product. And I want you guys to let me know what you think about this product. Let me know if you think this will help you out in your garage, whether you're using it to store your motorcycle or move it around. That's exactly what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to use it to move motorcycles around and to actually store motorcycles too. All right, guys. All right, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I know there's anything you could be doing with your time, and the fact that you choose to spend a little bit of it with me, I highly appreciate that. I want to thank Let's Roll for providing me with this product so that I can share it with you guys. And this is a winner. I definitely think it is. I think it's going to help out a lot of you guys. All right, guys. That's going to do it for me. Spend more time being thankful for the things that you have and less time complaining about the things that you don't. Special shout out to my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there, guys. Know that you're appreciated. Another special shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol, the elite NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit, particularly Highway 1, because that's where I worked, and the Highway District. That's where the motorcycle school is. That's what taught me how to ride these motorcycles the way I ride them. Like I always tell you guys, this is a perishable skill. You have to stay on top of it. Seat time does not equal practice time. If you have time to ride, you have time to practice. Until next time.